Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about some Andy Cohen shade, which I'm always living for a little bit of Andy Cohen shade. And it has something to do with Drew Sidora from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, at least her beliefs. And honestly, I'm kind of with Andy Cohen on this, but I want to pick your guys' brains about it. Let's get into it. But before we do, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so Drew Sidora was on an episode of Watch What Happens Live this past Sunday, and she was doubling down on her claims, well, what she said to Sonya. Now, Sonya Richards Ross, she's a new cast member on the season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she was brought on as Drew's friend, but we've seen, if you're watching the show, how that took a very quick turn. For Sonya's battling, and this is part of her storyline, she does not think that she wants another child. She feels like right now there's already so much time away from her husband. Her husband has another business in another state, and she's like, I have goals and things that I want to do with my life. I don't think another child is for me. Her husband is not backing down on this, and he's saying, I want one, and this could be a problem. Now, Sonya was trying to voice her concerns to Drew at one point, and Drew, her advice was shocking. I was taken aback by it. She said, and this is what she repeated on Watch What Happens Live, I believe that when you get married, two people definitely have to be on the same page. And so if you're building a family, that is your duty as a wife. You're the only one that can carry the baby, not your husband. And if you don't have the baby, guess what? Someone else will. According to Drew, she feels that it's Sonya's duty to try her hardest to make her husband happy, especially due to the fact that there doesn't appear to be a medical issue behind her hesitancy. Our bodies were designed to do that. Okay, my thing is, sure, like if Sonya wants to have the baby or doesn't want to have the baby, that's a conversation for a married couple to have. Yes, I agree with that. But Sonya has a choice in all of this. In my own personal, I guess, relationship, Jason and I sometimes want very different things. When it comes to the topic of marriage, I've always been hesitant because my parents were married a couple of times and I have this sort of fear of it. And I'm getting past that, right? But it's an uphill battle. And then on top of that, Jason, I know he would be an incredible dad. I think I would be the worst dad, and I would never want to do that to a kid because I just don't think I would be nurturing as a father. So I feel bad because Jason wants both of those things. And I know I have control over one of them. The second one, I just don't think I could put myself in the position to be a father. Now for Sonya, she's saying, we don't have the time. You're not here enough. I don't think I want to do this again. I have other goals. That's, she's already given him a baby, right? They have a family. It's not like she said, no, we'll never have a family. They have a family. He wants to expand on their family. And that is 50% part of her decision, just like it's 50% part of his decision. I don't think that Sonya's goal in life needs to be making sure that her husband is waited on hand and foot and tended to, and that she has to succumb to everything that he wants out of life. And it's like, happy husband, happy life. No, nobody ever said that. I don't get that, and I don't agree with it. And neither does Andy Cohen, obviously, because Andy said, what if it was just that she didn't want to, have a baby? Shouldn't she have a choice in the matter? You're sounding like the Supreme Court. Ugh. Still, Drew didn't really back down from this conversation. And she said, at the very least, Sonya should be willing to have the conversation. You know what? What's the problem? What is the issue with having multiple children? Well, Drew, we're watching Sonya, and she has been willing to have the conversation. She's been open to it. And it's been really hard for her to navigate. She's having the conversation on national television. That doesn't really apply to this. And I think Drew Sidora is great, but this is really kind of throwing me off. And she said, when it comes to Sonya, obviously they were friends at one point. She's not the person that she thought she was. And, you guys, us as the viewers, will see how that unfolds. I'm happy that Andy Cohen clapped back. I mean, it was a little aggressive with the Supreme Court sort of comment, but I get what he's saying is, it's Sonya's body. Shouldn't she have a choice in the matter? I don't think that she should just do whatever her husband tells her to do. Like, what? We're in 2022. What are you talking about? That is not how the world works at this point. At least I don't know a relationship like that where the husband tells you what to do and you just have to do everything. Like, where are we? And what era are we in? No, Sonya doesn't want to have a baby. Don't have a baby. I'm completely team Sonya on this one. It was actually funny. Drew Sidora talked about one of the scariest housewives that she's met. And they played a game, okay, on Watch What Happens Live called the Clubhouse of Horrors, in which Drew revealed Candace Bassett of the Real Housewives of Potomac was the scariest Bravo celebrity that she's met. She said, I would definitely say Candace from Potomac. She came over the house actually on Ralph and I's anniversary. It was like 6 hours and it was like, whoa, Candace is a little firecracker. I mean, yeah. Have you seen Potomac? She's a wordsmith and she will read you up and down for filth. She will tear you apart, put you back together, and then she'll tie it with a bow and be like, good luck. That's Candace Bassett. That's why she makes great reality TV. And I think we can all agree to that. Sometimes it can be, there are cringy moments. Yes, of course. But I think for the most part, I mean, I don't know what the show would look like without her. As for who has the worst or scariest style, she actually gave that title to Sonya Richards Ross. She said that she kind of dresses like a Foot Locker outlet and she should be the most afraid of going to the reunion. Drew Sidora, you were throwing all the shade, but this is why I always say that housewives deserve at least 2 seasons, because the first season she came in, you know, Latoya Ali, she was making fun of her, saying she has like a cat on her head, making fun of her wig and all of this other stuff. And it was really cringy to watch her relationship with Ralph play out on the screen, because where is Ralph going? Why is he disappearing to the beach for a couple of days? Why won't he tell her what hotel he was at? I don't like that. And why is Drew commenting on other people's relationships when she has all of that going on in her home? I don't know. Again, no shade towards Drew, but this is why I think that people should get 2 seasons, because I think Drew's actually bringing it this season. Now, was throwing the bone at Fatum, was that a little much? Yes. And it was obviously so, you know, pre-produced, because it's not like she's walking around with a dog bone in her purse every single day. So she knew in her mind Fatum will probably be there, or producers let her know. And she's like, I'm going to have this, and I'm going to, in my head, I'm going to bark at her and I'm going to be like, arf, arf, get the bone, go get the bone. And it's like, I know what you had in your mind, and we'll give you this one. It didn't land. You didn't land the plane there, Drew, but we're still going to give you time. And we all know at the end of the day, when it comes to the Real Housewives, the reunion says everything. The reunion can make or break any housewife, and your performance, their performances, well, that could cost them their job. So hopefully Drew Sidora, since she's talking a big game, will be able to deliver, and that'll be up for us to decide. So guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, comment below. What is your opinion on Drew Sidora, you know, saying that Sonya needs to give her husband a baby, whether she likes it or not, because her body was designed to do that? And what are your thoughts on Andy Cohen's shade, comparing her to the Supreme Court? Go ahead, comment below with all your unfiltered opinions. Don't forget tonight, Anchor Watch at 11 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you there. Smash that like button, get subscribed, hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.